Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. I call this channel the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. I call this here chapstick, and this is cake batter, scented and flavored. I picked it at random. Today's video, we're going to use two separate palettes, but first let me tell you what's on my face, and then as I'm priming the eye, I'll do the intro, and then we'll get into what the palettes are. You know from the title what they are if they both fit in the title. But anyway, for brows, of course, the Fenty Brow. I just dropped my setting powder. The Fenty Brow Pencil, the only brow pencil I use. This is the Pat McGrath Face Primer. This is the oh, excuse me, girl, slow down, troll. Why are you rushing? Pat McGrath Primer. This is still not the primer, girl. And we keeping it in because this is real life. Sometimes we just fumble. Pat McGrath Foundation, I wear shade M18. And I think I'm going to put this in an airless pump as well, because sometimes this spits and it doesn't want to pump properly. And faintly seeing a line is still like halfway. So I don't know why it's not wanting to pump properly. But I'm going to end up putting it in an airless pump like I did with the primer. Fashion Fair Set Loose Powder Truly Tawny, which is on the floor to set the face. And then I use Bronze Divinity, Pat McGrath bronzer. Where am I going to put stuff? Pat McGrath Desert Orchid blush. We use the Fenty Mo Honey Freestyle Kilowatt highlighter. And I pronounced that all wrong. It is the Kilowatt Freestyle highlighter, but the shade is Mo Honey. And then we put on Dim Light on my face, Hourglass, what is it called? Ambient Lighting Powder. So we put this all over. I know my under eye is looking disrespectful, and so is my mustache. I need to cut my hair, trim my nails, and cut my mustache. And then we took Radiant Light, Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder for under eye, because it gives a radiance. It does somewhat camouflage some of the under eye discoloration. I don't mind some of it showing through because I have under eye discoloration. To blank it out, I would not look like myself. And then we did take it lightly all over the face. And so that is everything on the face. I wanted to keep it kind of subdued because we're doing two different eye looks, which I don't prefer to do because we have a natural, well, speak for me, I have a natural tendency to compare. And when I do two separate looks, I don't want it to be compared. I just want each look to be seen for what it is, which is hard when you're looking at two different things, unless I'm doing a two-tone look. But even with that, sometimes people compare. Anyway, let's get into it. Long ramble, excuse me. I have everything laid out, brushes. I have out eyeliners. I have out the mascara. I don't have a lip picked out. I have a mascara pulled out. So we're going to go ahead and prime the lids. If you're new here, thank you for being here. I'm usually this way, so I'm not going to say it's an off day. Every day is kind of off for me. But this is the Fenty eyeshadow primer. I'm going to do one eye at a time as far as the primer, because the Fenty primer for me is a tacky primer. And the puff lid sticks to the mobile lid, which is here. And it becomes uncomfortable. So we're going to do... we're going to prime one eye at a time. We're going to prime this eye. This is the eye we're going to do first. And then when this look is done, we're going to prime the other eye. I have a feeling in my bones this is going to be a long video. Troll, your video's always long. Why are you fronting? I know. There's usually timestamps below unless it's a swatch video. And I do that because it does help, and I have been told that it does help. So I call this the Crazy Troll Nation. The crazy, you already saw the crazy today. Just knowing it's okay to be yourself however you are in that moment and not feel like, oh my gosh, I should edit that out. Oh, I should redo the intro. I should redo. If this is how I am, so this is how I am. So you see me and know that it's okay. So it's like, what? That's crazy. You leave all that in there. You be fumbling and stumbling and stammering, dropping stuff. Yeah, call it crazy. But it's owning who I am, and I want you all to just own who you are. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. That's the bottom line. What you think is far more important than what other people think about you. And what we stand for here is self-acceptance and self-love. Embracing your natural features, under-eye discoloration, disrespectful mustache, asymmetrical facial features, Accepting yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. And if you want to enhance your features, enhance them, but never feel like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. Why do I feel like I just said that? Because I said my intro backwards. I probably did just say that. Which is good, because then you heard it twice. Love yourself, y'all. Know that you are the bomb. So that's what we do here, the Crazy Troll Nation. Accepting yourself for who you are. The troll part, wearing what you want to wear, not caring what other people say. Loving yourself for who you are. And owning it. Wearing what you want to and just rocking it. That was so convoluted, that intro. So this first look we're going to do. Y'all, I was going to do 2 separate videos. And I said, you know what? Kiss. Keep it simple, silly. Or some might say keep it simple, stupid. I don't know. But this is MAC Connect in Color. And this one is Bronze Influence. And I love the packaging, which looks exactly like the box, which looks exactly like what's on the inside. Look at you see that? This is what you get. I love it. And I do want to say, for me, the Connecting Colors they have the same vibes as some of the motherships. If you take out this color and you look at the other 5, it's kind of Bronze Seduction vibes. No, you're not going to get the sparkly shades. No, there's not celestial shades. No, there's not high shine wet look shades. No, there's no dual chromes. But if you just kind of want the vibe, the 6-pan Connecting Colors are $30, and they're sold at Ulta. They always have coupons. Sometimes it includes prestige and sometimes not, but then also MAC website sometimes has 20% off, 25% off, stuff like that. So if you just want like an easy option, and it's very compact, very easy to carry, it's very lightweight, it doesn't feel hollow, but it's lightweight compared to the motherships, because those are huge. But if you just look at some of the tones, even in the other 6 pans I've showed you so far, it does have, to me, mothership vibes. Not dupes at all, I'm not saying that, but just the vibe of the overall palette. So we're going to take Mega Mocha. Are we really? I'm looking at the wrong notes. That was for the other palette. This is Retrospect. Really? So we're taking this shade, and that's going to go on the inner lid. Okay. So where am I? I'm looking over here. So that's that. Wow, this is very this would be like one of the Skin Show Nude shades, except those are more shiny. These palettes are very easy to use. MAC shadows work for me, very minimal fallout. I have no problems placing shadows, blending shadows, putting them on. Now we're going to take Data Mine. So we're very monochromatic, very ethereal. And these are just easy for me. So this is going to go on the center of the lid. And you see how I'm just padding, but it shows up. MAC for me, we're going to sweep in between. They show up true to pan, except that chrome yellow in the Hi-Fi color palette. But for the most part, MAC for me shows up true to pan, which is nice, because some shadows I put on and it looks different on my lid than in the pan. And I'm like, okay, that don't look right. This is the brush that had the first shade on it. And we're going to just go back and forth to get our blend. So we're just sweeping very lightly. And you see how easy this is. These are just easy. MAC is easy. MAC for me, I just poke myself in the eyeball. MAC to me just works. Like it's just so easy. I have a transition shade, and I don't have nowhere to put a transition shade because I took my lid shades up so high. We're going to keep it moving because that's what we do. Now we're going to take Bronze, this shade here, and that's going to go on the outer lid. And so we're going to put that here. So yes, I did light to dark, inward, outward. I don't know why sometimes I write my notes a certain way, inward, outward. Other looks is outward, inward. I think this side is outward to inward. And so I'm kind of, I don't know like what my mind is saying as to my reasoning to why I do looks different ways, but I like how that's coming out to a point. But I'm enjoying doing my makeup different ways and not the same time every way, even if the look looks different, the process even if the looks look the same as far as the color placement, just having a different process sometimes, I think it's nice. I think it's nice to have a different process. Just do things a little different. Now we're going to take Overnight Influence, and that one is this shade. I don't know how this is going to look. It's true, I hear you. Sometimes I say that a lot. I really don't know how it's going to look, but we're going to do an outer V. So hopefully it'll be an outer V. So we're going to start, I'm really acting like I don't know what to do. We're going to start the edge of that outer corner shade, and then we're going to bring this in. This was a good brush for this. This is probably the most V that I've gotten doing an outer V before, because usually it just ends up an outer corner look, an outer corner shade. So we're going to turn the brush because we did coat all sides of the brush, and we're going to lightly take the tip of the brush and bring that over. Oh, that's pretty. That's nice. This is an outer V, y'all. Usually my outer V just ends up the whole outer corner. This is an outer V, and I'm digging it. Oh, let me leave it alone. Let me leave it alone. So now we're going to take a green eyeliner. This is Sephora Collection 12-hour retractable eyeliner, and this is going to go on our lower lash line. So we're tying in the green this way, and we do have a green for our upper lash line as well. And so I'm excited to use that because we haven't used the melt liners in a while, it seems like. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're also going to put this on our inner rims, also called waterline, also called tight lining. Did I say that right? Tight lining, yeah. Y'all, I don't know what I be talking about, but I know some of y'all know what I be saying, and that's kind of scary. Because we all up in here. Y'all all up in the troll mind. Trolls understand each other. Now we're going to take Olive Twist. It is not Oliver, it's Olive Twist, and that is this shade. And we're going to put this on lower lash line. I don't know why. Did we use that shade already? No. So we're just using all the shades. It's only 6, and that's easy because sometimes I do 6 on the lid, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the lid. It's easy to use. I feel like this eye is starting to tear. This is a lipstick applicator, so we're just going to tuck that into the tear duct and hope that it doesn't tear. So I hope that we caught it. These also, and I think it's the brush, these shadows don't puff up into my eye. It may be the brush, it may be the way I'm applying it. I don't know. And now we're going to take Logged Out, which is this shade. And that's also going to go, oh, we have that for transition. We have that for transition and to buff out lower lash line. Is that the right shade? Yeah. I wrote down the names and the number that is in the palette because it's on the back. So I wrote down the names, and for the colors, I wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have this for transition. Oh, I don't want to mess this up. So we're going to go on the top edge of that line, our outer V line. I think I might need a more dense brush for this. And we're only going to do this here since the first shade is already up to the brow here. This eye is starting to tear. I can feel it. I need a more dense brush for this. I mean a more loose brush for this. So we're just going to kind of feather because it's not wanting to glide because it's kind of a dense brush even though it's soft, if that makes sense. And so we're just, that is a there not there. Yeah, y'all, I could feel it tearing. Okay, so we're going to put that brush, no, because then also this is the buff out lower lash line too. And so we're going to lay the brush, and so this will just bring it down a little bit. Oh yeah, it's wet right here, I gotta feel it. So we're going to just put that there. I need to get in the habit of using the mirrors down here so I'm not looking bug-eyed at y'all. Sorry if that freaked you out. And now we're going to take Overnight Influence, this shade, which is this shade, and we're taking a stubby smudger brush, and that's going to go on our lower lash line, but we're going to keep it high and tight. That's why we chose this brush. right along the lash line. So brushes do make a difference for what you want. Ooh, I like that. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go back to this whole thing. Now it's tearing over here so I can feel it. Back to this shade and what we put under here. We're going to just put some more just to buff it out. This whole thing, now this side is tearing too because this is wet over here and this is wet right here. I like this look. So now what we're going to do, so that's all 6 shades in the Bronze Influence palette. Now we're going to take Fortune Melt Cosmetics Ultra Matte Gel Liner, and we're using our matte brush. And I realized I've been neglecting my Esom brushes. I've been thinking if I wanted to declutter some. This line is so thin. I love it. I have a feeling I'm gonna mess up, which I do quite often. And I own it. I'm not gonna act like my makeup is perfect. And y'all know I don't practice. I just come on here and do a look. So what it is what it is. I love this brush. Look how thin. See, you can still see, this is my mobile lid, just from here to the crease. You can still see my mobile lid color, even though it's up here, but you can still see a little bit on the lid. And this is what I always say when I say it's important for me to get a thin line, because you can still see the mobile lid shade. Usually you can't because the liner is so thick. But this came out super thin and I like it. I'm loving this brush. So I've been thinking if I want to declutter some of my Esom liner brushes, because I have 6 of them, because I purchased them at different times, and then they sent me 2 because of my review saying, you know, they're not thin and pointed like the very first one that I purchased. And the 2 they sent me were identical, but they still weren't as thin and pointed as the initial one I purchased. And so then that's how I ended up with 6 of them. 6 of them? 8? 2, 4, 6, I think 8. And I was using them exclusively for liner for a while just to get a feel for it. But with these MAC ones, I'm in love. And not because they're new to me, but because I can get a thin line. And you can see my tear duct color. The inner lid color. This eye is tearing. So that is it for this look. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what I'm gonna do? I wasn't gonna use this shade, but we're gonna use Squirt. The POA is quickly approaching for these MAC Stack mascaras. I wish they came in minis because I'm more likely to use up a mini. But I will probably declutter these soon because I don't want to wait until it turns. But then sometimes you can smell it when you open a mascara, the same as a lipstick. Sometimes when you open it, it's like, oof, okay, yeah, that's bad. But in case it doesn't have a smell, I don't want to put it on and then my eyes are irritated, because then I would have to wash off my makeup. So I don't want to wait until it turns to throw it away. But so that is that one. So we're going to put that over here. Now we're going to, so that is this look. It does look really plain. I did say it was going to be ethereal until you get to here. And I do like that we use the green underneath, the green up top. The green mascara does show up. This is wet. Let me get a dry lipstick applicator. But I do like the look. So if you want something easy and simple, and you can go smoky with this because of this shade right here. So if I wanted to make this smoky, I could have brung this in or put this on half of the lid and, you know, put this or one of the other shades like towards the inside, or just put it heavy like on the lid just to do a smoky look or something like that. But this does have a variety, even though it's 6 shades. I am liking how this look turned out. So now we're going to flip our paper over and we're going to prime the other eye. The other eye we're going to use Embedded in Burgundy. So you see these colors, trying to keep the glare off. And the inside, as I keep saying, looks like the outside. So this is the outside, and look at the inside. Mothership vibes, depending on what palette. And I do think these would pair well with some of the motherships, like this one, if you're using Divine Rose, Moonlit Seduction, Sunlit Seduction, because you can use these as deepening shades. You see what I'm saying? So, and I may do that one day. We'll see. I don't know. I don't have any plans to. I have thought about it, but you know, maximizing what you have. There's something I've been thinking about for 2024, and I'm not going to mention it yet. I'm not going to say it's a resolution. I don't do resolutions. I do goals or try to change my mindset about something. I mentioned it to 2 people, but I'm not sure yet. So that's why I'm not really saying, because I don't want to say I'm going to do something and then it's like, no. You're going to hear a clank because I'm going to put away the brushes that we use for this eye. I apologize if that hurt your ear. So we're going to just blend out this primer. Why was I going to do the intro? Because I'm priming my eye. If I did it again, it'd probably be better than when I did the intro the first time. I don't know what that was. My hormones have finally calmed down. And so I can even tell by doing videos and how I'm talking and my energy that I am feeling better. Yeah, that was, I don't understand what, our hormones are going to do what they're going to do, but still, it's just like, female bodies, y'all, woo, be going through some changes. But anyway, so now we're going to take Mega Mocha, this shade here, that's going to go in the outer corner. I know we did inward, outward, light to dark, now we're doing outward, inward, dark to light. And that's what I was saying, like when I wrote this, I'm like, why did I write this one opposite of the other one? I really don't know. I honestly really don't. There is some kick up in the pan with this shade. This is rich. This is my first time using both of these palettes. And there is a little bit of dust. Not outside of the pan, but in the pan from where I put my brush in it. This is 4th quarter of the lid. So we got 4 shades we're going to put on the lid. So we're going to stop this right here. I'm liking that. It looks like it's an automatic blend, like this top edge. Do we have a transition? We do have a transition. So let me just stop right there. So I'm going to just put a little bit right here, fill in this gap, come down to the lash line. What color? Oh, that's a boring liner color I pulled out for this look. So, trying to get this in the crease. I do like how it looks like a natural blend. And it might just be the way I'm patting the shadow, which is probably what it is. So we're going to put that brush down. Now we're going to go into Wanna Chat, question mark. That's the name of this shade. And it looks dark. So I don't know what it's going to look like next to this one. It looks nice next to that one. Yeah, I really don't know. Like some people... And you know, I know it's a confidence thing because some people, they just come on now, like, we're going to put this here and put this there. And I'm just like, wow. But for me, I'm like, I don't know. So when it comes out nice, I'm like, ooh, like, yeah, that does go. So we're going to leave that like that. Where are we going to blend? I'm going to use the brush with that first shade. And we're going to blend this because I don't want to take the red further out. So we're just lightly feathering with the tip of the brush. She cute. Now we're going to take Loading. Wait, I messed up. Wait. Okay, no. We didn't mess up. Loading, this shade here. And that's going to go on the center of the lid. The 3rd quarter of the lid. And so we're going to put that here. Ooh, this is pretty. That's this shade. What color is that? Like, I don't know. This is cute. I'm loving these palettes. And part of me almost feels bad already. Even though my collection, for stammering is small, I'm like, how often am I going to use these? And y'all know I be decluttering quite often. So part of me is like, am I going to keep all of these? This is the brush that had that red shade. We're going to feather in between. And so I'm already thinking like, am I really going to keep them? MAC stuff lasts a long time, like years and years and years. And I know for some of you, your other shadows and makeup does too. This is not blending. What? Okay, I'm gonna have to press and not just feather. But my part of me is saying, you know, are you really... Here it looks blended. Here Okay, it looks blended. I'm tapping in the red really lightly, and we're just going to feather. Because some angles it looks blended, and then some angles it doesn't. Because the MAC ones are super easy to travel with. And you can mix and match and all of that too. But see, here it doesn't quite look blended, but like this it does. And this way it does. And it's kind of just all flowing together. So I'm a little confused. We're just going to leave it. Now we're going to take Giga Glitz, this shade here. That's going to go on the front portion of the lid. And I've used all 6 of my hourglass because we used 3 for this eye, 3 for this eye. So we're switching to this one. That's why I like having like multiple brushes, because now I'm like, do I want to get more hourglass number 3s? But it's not often it's not often that I use, you know, 6 lid brushes, you know what I'm saying, or 7 lid brushes. So no, I don't need to get more. So that's pretty. That's pretty. I mean, it's there, not there, but it's cute. Like, if this is your thing, if you like ethereal looks, this is you right here. And then just put, you know, outer corner, or just use this red shade for outer V. And y'all know I don't do the ethereal looks. I do think they're pretty. They're not my preference, but that's this shade. It just blends right in, and it just blends into this one. And this does, once it's blended into the red, does kind of blend. Some angles like this, I'm not liking how it's just like a red patch. But then like this, it all blends. So I'm not quite understanding why that's looking like that. But anyway, we're going to keep it moving because that's what we do here. So now we're going to take Haux, H-A-U-X. And we're going to use that as our transition shade. The brushes with this handle was the Hourglass number 3. This is the Hourglass number 6. And this one that we used was an Esom V27. So this is going to be our transition. Ooh. What shade was that one? That was this. Why does it look? Yeah, it does look kind of. This one is a little dusty. Maybe the brush, but you see how that's a little dusty. This showing up on me how it looks. It caught me off guard because I didn't expect it to be kind of pale lavender-ish. This shade. I just recently started using Divine Rose. This is giving me Divine Rose vibes, this shade right here, because of how it's looking. I'm thinking of Valoria, I think, which is deeper than this shade, but this is giving me a lighter Valoria vibes. I'm not saying it's a dupe, so come for me if you want to. I'm telling you I'm not saying it's a dupe, because I know some of y'all with y'all Pat McGrath be, I'm just saying, I'll be like, it's just makeup, y'all, it's just makeup. We're using... I'm in the mood today. I'm always in some type of mood. NYX Retractable Eyeliner, and this is brown. We're gonna put this on lower lash line, and also on our upper and lower inner rims, also known as waterline, also known as tight lining. I came down too far on this outer edge, but since we're putting shadow down here, it will be okay. Sometimes I just be cracking myself up. I'll be listening to myself as I'm speaking, like, girl. This is our waterline. So I'm doing this defining line and then just run it straight across. If you're nervous about trying this, you just go for it. But make sure you're on the line closest to your lash line and not against your eyeball. And then I look down, find the line, and just go straight across. Stop when you need to blink, because if you keep your eyes open too wide, too long, or don't blink for a while, your eyes may start to tear. So that is that. So we got that there. So now we're going to go back to the palette, and we're going to take Mega Mocha, really, as if I didn't write it, this shade right here. Yo, I be tripping. I really do. Really? No, that's not Mega Mocha. Let me get a clean brush, because I already put that shade on the brush. Mega Mocha is this shade. But look at it on the brush. Yo. So we're taking a clean one and taking a brown, which is why we put a brown under here. And we're putting this under here, under our lower lash line. We're going to connect it. It's not going to stay connected because my eyes tear. So we're just putting more under here, and we're bringing it down a little bit. This is a Fenty 220 brush, and it says precision on the handle. I tend to only use these for lower lash line, but they're good for if you want to do an outer V because it's tapered and it's pointed. And so when I do lower lash line, I use the tip, but if I want to blow it out, like I did, I think for this eye, I lay it. Did I use one for that one? Don't think so. But I'll lay it sideways to blow it out. But this is good for me, lower lash line, if you want to do an outer V because it's pointed, or if you want to do detailed work, if you're doing something graphic, and also because it's pointed, you can use it for your brow bone if you want to get just under your brow, or lay it sideways to blend the brow shade out. And now we're going to take a clean one. We're going to take Naked Lunch, which is this shade, and this is also going to go on our lower lash line. So we're just using all the shades. I do like the look of having a dark liner under here, well, dark shade, and then using a shimmer. And even though I know for some they don't like shimmer on lower lash line, I like the look. So you see the dark and then you see the shine. So we're going to go back in, we're going to use the side of the brush to blow this out right here. And then we're using the tip to fill in what looks like a gap. So that's what we're doing with that. And then we're going to take the fluffy brush. This is a Makeup Geek defined crease brush, but I tend to use these for lower lash line, but you can use them also. If you have hooded lids, or if you just want definition, this is a nice size brush if you actually do a crease color, because this will fit directly into your crease if you have less space. For my lash line up here is a lot of space, but my mobile lid to the crease is only here. So if I did do a crease shade, this would fit right in there. But I tend to just use this for lower lash line because y'all notice I don't do a traditional crease shade nor a traditional transition shade, because my transition shade is usually under my brow because of where I take my lid shades. Now we're going to take Ho again, this one over here, and we're going to use this to buff out our lower lash line. So we're just going to, did I use this brush for the other side too? No, that was the Esom brush. And so we're just going to use this to just buff this out under here. I like this look. I like layering under here, and for my lid too, that I noticed using the Xenon palette, is because it does just give extra dimension to the look. You know what I mean? And so that's all the shades in this palette. This one did seem to be a little more dusty, a little more kick up. Even in here, you can see the kick up in the pan. There was a tiny bit in here. So I don't know if it's the brush I used or the way I picked up the shadow. I don't know. So now we're going to dip down as a brown, which is boring. But part of me is thinking take a red, but that might be a little team. We're going to stay sensible. And I've been feeling being sensible lately because those Xenon looks, you're going to hear a clank. I'm putting my brushes away. These are all the brushes we use today, including face brushes. So all of these will get washed tonight, and the palette I use for primer and foundation. And so that's how I keep my brushes separated. So those will get washed tonight. Dip down is a brown. MAC fluid line. This is going to go upper lash line. After doing those Xenon looks, which were fun, yes, most of them were busted, but I had fun creating them. I am enjoying getting back to more sensible, easy looks. Looks that I can do and I know they're going to look nice. And not just be like, okay, this is going to look crazy. But it is a lot of fun trying new things. For me, it is. I messed up on that line. Because this is how I learn. What I like, what I don't like, what I would do again, but I would tweak it. Because whatever it is I don't like, I don't want to do that part again. And so it is a learning experience for me. And that's what I like about it. Because doing the same thing all the time for me, yes, the looks will look nice. But then there's also a predictability about it that makes it a tad boring for me. Always doing the same thing all the time. Like, yes, it's nice. Yes, it's cute. But it's like, all right, we're going to do this again. We know it's going to be bomb. And trying something new, it may turn out nice, or it may not, but it's exciting. And being that I encourage you all to play in your makeup, try new things, who would I be not to try new things? So that is that. For this eye, we are going to take violet. I'm trying to think of right now what lip to do. These are very easy palettes to use, as you see. You could make this look more ethereal by not putting the red or that deep chocolate. Or you could make it smokier by using more of the red and less of the deep chocolate. And no, you don't need to put 6 shades on the lid. If you are into one and dones, take one of the lighter shades and just put all across the lid and use the darkest shade in the palette as an eyeliner. So that would be real easy. And if you're into using your fingers for makeup, that's even more easy because you just swipe in the palette, swipe, and your look is done. Put on mascara if you want to. So these are like very, very easy and simple to use. What am I going to do for lip? We need to use a lip that's going to go as both of these. Unless I do a green on this side and a not green on that side. But we've been sensible so far with this look. And I appreciate you being here for it. I'm thinking we're just going to... Shit. We're just going to do a gloss. For that, I could have just left... the chapstick on. I'm looking to see... This side is telling me do a green. This side is telling me do a not green. So what we're going to do, we're just going to line the lips. This is NYX Suede Lip Liner, and this is Club Hopper. Is it? Am I right? Yep, I'm right. So we're going to line the lips. I think I'm going to just put on the gloss. So that means I'm going to... Does this color go with this eye? No, it doesn't. Shoot. So we're going to fill in a little bit. I think I'm going to put Bronze Venus. Pat McGrath Bronze Venus. These, I mentioned them before. These are not creamy. These lip liners. But for inexpensive and to get it on and to know it's going to stay, I do recommend them. To do the lip line, I use the tip of the brush. To fill in, I use, well, the pencil, I use the side of the pencil. They're not soft at all. But they work and they're very inexpensive. I'm finicky about brushes. But lip liners, I'm just like, I don't see a need, nor do I have the desire to spend like 20 or 30 bucks for a lip liner. I just don't. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it if you do, because there's a market for everybody, and this beauty space is big enough for all of us. Where I just want to say Bronze Venus. Is this Bronze Venus? Yeah. I don't like this with that. I don't really even want to use Bronze Venus. It's just so unappealing to look at. It looks nice on. Oh, I had black on the wand. Shoot. It's just so unappealing in the component. But it's pretty on. And so I'm not drawn to it. But in my mind, I know it's going to just be like if they're not there. It does show up more over the lip liner, which is why I wanted to do that. I'm sorry if I elbowed you in the face. My lips, even with... Let me dip back in and then kind of like wipe off. How with a gloss do my lips still look crooked? I know when I do a dark lip, it accentuates how crooked my lips are. So with a gloss, it's just like, what? And I think because it was black on the wand. This side is so much fuller than this part right here of my lip. I think we kind of got it symmetrical. So this is the looks, y'all. So this side is, what is it? Bronze Influence. That's this look. Let me get the glare off. So that is this look. Bronze Influence MAC connecting color. And this eye is, I just hit myself in the face, yeah. And this side is embedded in Burgundy. So that is this look. So let me know about embedded in Burgundy. Let me know about bronze influence. Not in comparison, but just on their own. I know it's difficult because, as I said, I do the same thing. If I see two looks, I have trouble just focusing on one. But I am really digging it. Very easy. You saw how it came together. I'm loving that I actually did an outer V. And maybe because the lid shade was so light and the outer V shade was so dark that it was noticeable. But I'm loving that it's an actual V, because usually that doesn't happen. And I am liking this one. This blend to me looks funky right here, but then right here it kind of goes, and it does all just kind of flow until I don't know. It's just kind of weird. But yeah, so we used all 6 shades in both palettes. These are the looks. And that'll be it for this video. Thank you for being here, helping me get through using palettes that I have not used before. I do recommend these. They are great for travel. You see how the shadows went on. You see how they show up. It just works, and it's not a lot of kick up. I have 0 fallout in my line. Let me just make sure. But then I have so much stuff on my face. I can't even look in the mirror because I didn't take the thing off yet. So let's do that really fast. Yeah, y'all. I'm just dropping stuff. No, I don't have any fallout. And if I do, it's camouflage from radiant light because that gives radiance to my face. And I did put that under my eye. But I do recommend these. They are very easy to use. As you see, and they're just hella cute, and what you see outside is what you see inside. They look different online than in the store, so do yourself a favor. Even if you think I'm not going to buy one, I'm not saying to buy it, just go look at them in person at Ulta or at the MAC store, because in person it's just like, whoa. And that's what got me, because I wasn't going to get them all. There's one I didn't, I think it's rose something or whatever, and I'm like, that's too reddish pinky, so I didn't. And even in person I was like, this one satisfied me for these tones. And so I do recommend them. They have quite a few, I want to say at least 5 of these, and they have 3 of the larger 12 pans. The 12 pans are $54, and again the 6 pans are $30. Coupons, sales, I do say that they are worth the 30 bucks, especially on sale. So that'll be it for this video. Thank you for being here, and as always, self-acceptance, self-love, that is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.